Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's sketch is this one right here by Creative Memories, and it's got lots of layers and things it looks like, and two photos. Now I do have two photos as well. These are tiramisu photos. If you know me, you know I love tiramisu. And it has turned into a tradition as every time I go to Phoenix, I get tiramisu from this place called The Strand, which is amazing. So here it is, you guys. These are the photos. This is the sketch. Let's see what I can do. All right, you guys, so I am going to take this chalkboard-esque 6x6 paper and trim down my photos and the paper. So I do trim the photos down to 4x4, the chalkboard type. It's like the color of a chalkboard. It's not gray, it's not black, it's that in-between chalkboard color. I do those at 4.5 and my photos at 4-inch square. So I am going to take the edges of these torn papers and ink them up. And then after I ink the edges, I'm just going to kind of ink over the entire paper. And what this is going to do is give me a base of color so that I can build my dimension on top of them. Now, I did toy with the idea of just using these inked up strips because I think that that was pretty as well. However, I am on a mission to use up some of the products in my room that I don't really reach for on a regular basis. So, one of the things that I'm really trying to use up are my paper flowers. I'm just trying to use them up, you guys. I just want to get rid of them, basically. I also have a lot of rub-ons that my goal was to use up a bunch in 2020, and that didn't happen. So we'll see if this makes it. So the only reason why I am using flowers on this layout is because I need to use them up. Or otherwise, I think I just would have gone with the inked and torn edges because I really liked the look of it. I might even do this again in the future. So I have some ideas about stenciling and adding ink and color. Like, I have all of these ideas kind of percolating around in my head because of this one layout here. There's also a layout I did. The sketch kind of reminds me of it, where I did torn paper and sequins. And it's gorgeous, and I'll link it at the end of the video if you haven't seen it, because I don't mind saying that that layout's gorgeous. It really is, and that's all there is to it. You know what, guys? Sometimes you just have to be like, yes, this is a darn beautiful layout. I created it, I'm proud of it, and you need to like it. And, you know, just own it. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be that way about every single one of your pages, because then, you know, you're a braggart and you're kind of cocky, and nobody wants to have that in their lives. But every once in a while, there are pages where you are just thoroughly pleased with yourself, and that it should be that way. You should be proud of the artwork that you create. So, see, isn't that cool looking? Like, I really like the inking and how that turned out. What I'm going to do is do this layer by layer, where I place down the base layer, I dump out the flowers, and then I just glue it on with my Nuvo Deluxe. Now, my fingers do get inky, not inky, my fingers get gluey, and it's just the way it is. Now, I did debate very hard, and I mean very hard in my head, the entire time I do these flowers, about whether or not I was going to put centers in the flowers. Now, I have plenty of brads to do this with. I have plenty of sequins to do this with. I could probably even do this with enamel dots. Well, no, I couldn't, because I've been really good about using up the enamel dots. But guys, honestly, I'm still debating it. I really want to have all of the same color brad. So I want to have like all yellow brads on the yellow flowers. But then I want to have little pops of black. And you'll see the reason why when the layout's finished, because there are little pops of black. Now, I don't know. Usually, guys, when a layout is done, and I don't go back. But I'm seriously contemplating this right now. And it's not like I don't have enough to scrapbook, and it's not like, well, I mean, truly, I really am running out of pictures to scrapbook. I just ordered 100, 200 photos from Shutterfly or Snapfish or one of them, whichever one it was. I just ordered photos from it because I just went through my photos and I don't have a lot to scrapbook. Like, I'm running out of stuff to scrapbook, except for Disney photos. I could scrapbook Disney photos for years probably, and I do have to catch up on those. But really, it's all about scrapbooking whatever you want. My problem is I'm running out of photos. Not that I don't have a complete ton, an utter ton of older photos to scrapbook, but you know, I'm not feeling those right now. I want to scrapbook more recent things, so that's what I'm doing. Now, I do decide to go ahead and put the layers onto the paper, because my idea of doing it bit by bit didn't really work out for me, because it took me a long time and I struggled to lift the paper up of the yellow flowers because all the pressure really pushed down that ATG. Now, I usually don't push down the stuff that I ATG down until, you know, I'm pretty sure that's where it's going, because I do pop my stuff on and off the page after a while. And I think that that's why it's so easy to use the ATG, because as long as you're not pressing it down and getting that pressure down there, you can just pop your stuff off and on plenty. So I am going to use a mix of colors, just like I did on the yellow. It's not one single yellow color. It's not one single purple color. And I'm just kind of grabbing different sizes and different shades and going to stretch that all the way across the page. I'm going to go ahead and do that for every single layer that I have here. And I also really toyed with adding another layer onto this layout once I get my photos down, because I was just thinking like it would be great to get another color in there. But I really didn't have another color. It was weird. I didn't want to do another blue, and I didn't want to do another green or another red. And I had like gray and brownish flowers, and I'm like, no. I even thought about bringing in white, but I wasn't really feeling that either. So as you can see, while I'm putting these flowers down, I'm not like super coating my paper with the Nuvo Deluxe. These are just paper flowers. They're light. They're going to stick really easily, and I'm not really concerned about it. I do tuck all of the flowers that I'm working with under the layer, the previous layer. So I tucked the purple underneath of the yellow, and on this layer I'm tucking the blue underneath of the purple. Now, I am a huge fan of doing this with florals. I've done it a couple times now. The first time I did it was at a retreat, and I used an entire bottle of flowers on one layout, and I took that bottle of flowers off the give and take table. And I felt free to kind of do that because it wasn't my flowers. It was somebody else's flowers. They put it on the give and take table, and you know, the give and take table is a free for all, and you can use whatever you want. You can put stuff back, and I love the give and take table at a retreat. It is my jam. I find great things. And then there's things that you can do and use on the give and take table, and you can just use it at retreat and try it out, and then like go back and not use it. So once I did that and I had that freedom to kind of go ahead and do this again, I've done it some more. Recently, I did it on a Creativation layout. Well, maybe not recently. It was to celebrate Lana's birthday. Some of you guys might remember Go Big for Lana, where it was just a, you know, go big on the page. So we did that. And now I have all of my flowers tucked in. So I am going to place down my tiramisu photos. And oh man, I love me some tiramisu, you guys. Like, it is seriously just one of the best desserts ever. I think my favorite dessert, I'm not even sure what my favorite dessert is. I'm actually not a huge dessert person. There's only a couple things that I really like on the regular for dessert. I love me a good mini chocolate lava cake. I love me a creme brulee. And if you ever go to the basement in Epcot in Walt Disney World, oh my goodness, you need to get yourself some maple creme brulee. It is the best creme brulee I've ever had in my life. The basement is Le Cellier, for those of you not in the know. It's in the Canadian pavilion. So I am going to follow the sketch by putting some florals over here. And then I had this sticker that said your story. And then I grab my black and white letter stickers here, and I'm going to place down tell all of your story. So even things like this are things that you should be telling and talking about. So I do grab my pen. I think, am I going to journal now? No. I was trying to figure out what I could do to kind of represent those circly bits on the top and the bottom of the layout. And it turns out that I like this floral washi tape, and it's a decent color match for what I have going down on the bottom. So I just placed that across the top, tucked the edges underneath, and of course added a little bit more glue because, you know, American Crafts stickers don't stick. And now I'm going to write my journaling, and it says, tell all of your story, especially the parts with dessert. And then I just wax poetic about my love of tiramisu for a little while. Here's a couple of close-ups, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. We have all of the April sketches for 100 sketchy videos. We got a mood board going on, and we might be issuing a couple challenges to you. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.